Hi, welcome back to Coffee with Candy. I am at the home of Corey Taylor, multi-talented Corey Taylor. Corey is the husband of my dear friend Natasha, and when she told me a couple of years ago that Corey made comic books, I was like, "What? I want to see them," because I'm all about dreams and doing things like that, and just showing off talent. But Corey, as you can see, look at his work. Look at his work. He's awesome, right? So, Corey, thank you for having me here
Thank you.
today. I want to know all about this. I read that you had this dream when you were in high school. That's over 20 years ago.
Yeah, it was a long time ago.
Wow.
'Cause I came up with Copycat in high school, and she was basically because I love Pam Grier, and I love those I love Shaft, all those types of movies. And I always thought, like, what if Pam Grier was a superhero?
Really?
And that kind of started the inspiration for that character. But also, I love like Batman, the Justice League, all that. I read comics since I was like 5. But there were never any black superheroes.
No, they
There was
weren't.
never any. And if there was a black superhero, I'd get the book and read it, and I was like, "This, what is this?" It didn't reflect like a
Right.
real black person.
Right.
So when I made the character, I said, I want to do a female superhero, but I want her to be dynamic and do the same things like Captain America does, or to do to be just as good as Iron Man.
Yeah.
So that was the inspiration behind Copy.
That's awesome. You're right. When I grew up, all I looked at was Archie and Jughead and Reggie, and that was all I knew. So for you to come up with this black superhero, this is awesome, and it's very awesome that it's Black History Month this month, right? So, Copycat and the Bomb Squad. Tell me a little bit about her superpowers.
Okay, she's 16 years old. She's a teenager.
I was wondering
and
about that. How old she was?
She has 4 brothers and sisters. They all have superpowers. They don't know how they got superpowers. That's a story that I'm gonna tell in the future.
All right,
I'm gonna explain that later.
All right.
But
The plot thickens.
she's bulletproof, and also she can mimic any physical activity that she sees. So she does it in the book. If she sees, like, she watches Mike Tyson box, so instantly she could box like Mike Tyson.
Really? That's
So
awesome.
she can copy any physical activity without training. So she uses that ability to go fight crime. But her brothers and sisters have their individual powers, but they don't want to be superheroes.
Oh, really?
She's the only one that really wants to be a superhero, but they follow her to fight crime, to keep her from getting in trouble. So I wanted to do a book where it wasn't just where you have a superhero that's out there trying to do their thing, but they're not doing the right thing all the time. I wanted to make it realistic where whenever you go fight crime, it's not going to be perfect every time.
Right.
Like in
That's right.
like a TV show that's like
Right.
they always win,
Right.
things perfect. She makes tons of mistakes.
I saw that in the first series when she went into somebody. I think it was a director. She went into the home. That was great.
She thought
That
she was
was
getting some
great.
drug dealers, and they were just rappers having a party.
Right.
So I wanted to have something a little funny, but also have some good action. Good action.
That's awesome. I really enjoyed it. Like I said, I sat down and I read the first and the second part last night. So I'm just amazed at it. I'm amazed at your talent. And like I said, we don't have a lot of black people. You said when you went to Comic-Con, there weren't anybody black that was doing these things. So we want to get the word out, because guess what? The children who will see this, can you imagine how that would boost their ego?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, right?
Yes, I get it a lot when I've been doing the conventions for about 3 years, and I had one lady came up to me. She bought my book, and then she left and came back the next day, and she gave me a hug.
Wow.
She said, "This is the first comic book I've ever bought," and she was like, "Thank you so much." She said, "This is the best comic.
That's
She
awesome.
said, "Thank you for making this,"
Wow.
and I almost cried.
I
I
know
was
you
like,
did. That's-
I'm like thinking like, man, I just did this for me, but all these people are like,
They're going to be affected.
they're
by
there
it.
for. She was affected by it. And I was
Definitely,
over here.
definitely. Wow. And so you kept this dream alive for 20 years.
Yeah, it was longer than that. I really started this in junior high, like 85 or something.
Wow.
Yeah, I started it that long ago, and I was going to go to art school after I graduated.
Well, you don't need an art school.
I was, but
I don't see it. Look at all this stuff here.
Yeah.
I mean, you are great. You know what else I like about Copycat is that she was a woman. You know what I mean? So you had that dream back then to have a woman superhero?
Yes.
That's powerful.
Yes.
That's real powerful.
Because I read the X-Men, and they have Storm, and she was my favorite character for a while. But every time I read an X-Men comic, she was just a sidekick. She was just in the background. She was there. She was on the team, but she never did anything. And every time I would buy another comic, I was like, I'm waiting for Storm to do something, waiting for it, and it was just nothing. And so I was like, I want a black character that has the same adventures as the other characters.
Well, thank you for that. That is awesome. Well, I see you have something over there. Can you show us a little bit of your work if you can?
Yeah.
And what else? What is about Darkchild Studios? How is it going to expand?
Currently, I'm working on this Copycat. Oh my God, it's like a 6-issue series that I'm working on.
This one?
That one.
Okay.
That's that. It's a 6-issue series, but I'm also working on. I'm gonna do like a space bounty hunter type story.
Oh.
So I came up with the idea of having like blaxploitation characters. So this guy he's supposed to be Black Belt Jones. You know the movie Black Belt Jones.
Yeah.
But I wanted to flip it. Like, what if you had Black Belt Jones in space?
Wow.
And he's like a bounty hunter. So I'm doing a series where it's going to be short stories.
Yeah.
It's going to be a character similar to Black Belt Jones. Then I'm going to do Foxy Brown type character.
I like that.
And I'm going to mix it up, like, you know, and have those characters in different situations.
Okay, awesome. So let's see what you got there.
So this is my Wacom Cintiq, what I used to draw, color, all that stuff. So what I'll do is I'll come up with a sketch of how I want the page to go on something, and then I'll draw it on here, and then it takes about, for one page, it takes about 3-4 days to really get this amount of detail in.
Really? Wow.
And I love drawing directly on this, using this to draw on the screen, and then I could, like, I choose a color here, and I could color it directly like this. And I love also what you can do on the computer that you can't do with paper is you can zoom in.
Okay.
And see how I can add the detail, you know, color. I'm just doing it real quick to show you guys how this thing works. You can zoom in, zoom out. I could, like what you can't do on paper. If I colored this on paper and I didn't like it, you can't do undo.
And just so people know that is your sketch right there. This is what you did by his own hand. So that's really, really awesome. Really awesome. So I want to know, how can we get the word out? How can we let people know that Corey Taylor is out here?
You could go to my Instagram.
Okay, you have Instagram page.
It's Corey Taylor Art.
Okay.
That's where I put most of my updates.
Okay.
And also I put like tutorials and also how I'm doing, you know, how like in the process of a drawing.
Really?
So I'll put like the initial. What I like to do is put something out. I'm working on this. What do you guys think?
Okay.
And they'll tell me, nope, don't like this.
Really?
Because like one time for the second issue of Copycat, I was gonna give her short hair.
Oh.
And I started the issue with her with short hair.
Okay, is that something like what I saw on here?
Yeah, and I put it out there, and I was like, here's my new image, Copycat with the short hair. And they was like, no.
Really?
We like the long hair.
Wow.
So I had to go back and change. So they give me a lot of good feedback.
Wow.
I mean,
so who is most of your audience? Is it teenagers, adults?
It's around adults,
yeah.
and they're usually in their 20s and 30s. And what's amazing is most of my audience, like 75% of my audience, is from New York. When I look at New York, so I gotta get the New York Comic Con. Most of my audience from New York.
My son went to the Comic Con this year too, and he told me he spent a lot of money over there. This was the first time I had ever heard about that. I didn't know there was a convention for that.
Oh yes, there's a very good one in DC called BlurredCon.
Really?
I love it.
Really?
It is a good vibe because a lot of the conventions, they're good. You know, you meet a lot of people, but the audience isn't really catered to what I do. So I'll be there, and a lot of people just walk by, and I'm like, hey, come here, you know, and it's just not my audience for a lot of the bigger conventions. But BlurredCon, it's incredible if you're an artist of color. It is incredible. I get so much love, so much love at BlurredCon.
Wow, of course. Well, Corey, I'm telling you, I just want to brag on you. Okay, I just can't brag on you enough. I hope that we get the word out that Corey Taylor is here and about what's the name of your studio?
Darkchild Studios.
Darkchild Studios. And so on that note, thank you for having coffee with me.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Yes, you're welcome. And on that note, you guys, happy Saturday and have a wonderful Black History Month. Know your history. Bye now.